2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Kawhi Leonard in action tonight, the winner of multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. Shaq, for wing defenders, where do you have him ranked on the all-time list?
Well, I shook his hand the other day, and his hands are as big as mine, Ernie. But to answer your question, I think he's in a conversation with Pippen and Jordan.
And Jordan, wow. Now, he's one of the best perimeter defenders ever, but those guys are in a company because they've done it on a big stage, Shaq. But he's very intelligent. I love the way he approaches the game defensively. But doing it on that big stage consistently as Pippen and Jordan did, whew.
That's saying something.
That's saying a lot.
Time for tip-off. We send it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, the big news. Aaron Gordon is out with the injury.
Kevin, he went down that last game, and he's not available tonight. But from the injury report, doesn't look like he's going to miss an extended period.
Steve, compared to when you played, talk about elements of the game that are now easier for the players than, like I said, when you play.
I think you start on the floor, the game is less physical. There's no more handshaking. There's no more chucking. There's no more hard fouls when they're throwing you up against the stanchion. And then I think off the court, the travel. I started when we flew commercial, Kevin. Now every team is flying private. I think the travel is definitely easier for players.
Not only flew commercial, Smitty, but we used to fly in the first flight out every morning, like 6 a.m.
Yes.
flights after a game, after a night game.
I remember those days. The positive was you didn't practice a lot when you got to those cities.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Siakam in at the power forward position. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
Here's Leonard after the Magic pick up 2. And now just over a minute played here in the first, and he drops it in from the low post.
This is what Kawhi provides. 100% of effort. Loves to take it right to you.
Augustine with it. He had 13 points in the win against Phoenix.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Pass to Ross. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Leonard. No good from Ross. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Heat.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Even if you do come away with the win, you've made it a lot harder than it should have been. But that night, they just couldn't overcome it.
They get it again. Mozgov, and he uses the glass on the layup.
A man with height and reach. Mozgov screaming extra chance point.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. Over Ross. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Again, Toronto.
When you have space like he did there, you never go with the fadeaway jumper. He has to attack the rim next time.
Fournier against Green. Pass to Ross. Lets it go from deep. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. They trail by 3. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Leonard. Back to Lowry. Shoots over Fournier. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Magic leading by 3. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Clifford. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Mozgov kicks to Augustine. Unloads from 13. Jump shot is good that time. Augustine's got his first bucket in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
To halt the run, Augustine grabs the board. The Magic have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. Very solid start for them. Fournier's shot is off.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Now here's Green. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Augustine. Outside Fournier. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, Steve, for the Raptors the last few years, regular season hasn't been a problem. It's been all about the playoffs.
Yeah, the Raptors have the goal of making it out of the East and to the finals. It's the right goal to have with the way they perform in the regular season. This team, they will always be measured by their playoff runs.
A moment now to see the numbers for Leonard. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, averaging about 27 points per, 2.5 steals, and 5 rebounds. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
I mean, high-level feel for the game allows him to gamble with a purpose. Does he get burned once in a while? Sure, but not as often as he guesses right.
Now, here's Lowry. 17 points for him last game against Miami.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And here's Augustine following Kyle Lowry's 3. Left side, Martin. Back to Fournier. 18 feet out. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Green. Raptors trail by 7. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Lowry. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
And Augustine kicks to Mozgov. Ross against Leonard. Pass to Fournier. Unloads. Knocks it loose. Back to Ross. Augustine in the corner. And it's Mozgov in the corner. Fournier for 3. And no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
Yeah, and in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up, a lot of unforced turnovers.
They sure got some breaks, but hey, they did a really awesome job turning those mistakes into gold at the other end.
And so here's Orlando. Raptors knocking down the tray. Buries it down low. Fournier's got his second basket of the night.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, it went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Green dishes to Lowry. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And when it comes to big men who can really handle the basketball, there aren't many of them, but there are a few, and they're pretty good at it, the bigs.
You know, I think the best at this, and we don't consider him a big, but he's close to 7 feet, is Kevin Durant.
Right.
Handling the basketball for a big. DeMarcus Cousins is really good. You look at guys like LaMarcus Aldridge, not bad. Blake Griffin, for his size, being able to handle the basketball. We have so many guys that have that skill set, and they're 6'10" and above.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Ken Burge is checked in for Mozgov. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Jarrell Martin. Simmons checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine.
Nice play there from Terrence Ross to create something on the trip and earn his way to the line.
The Magic shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Ross. Here's Van Vliet taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Wright with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Wright finds Leonard. Shoots over Isaac. And the shot no good, a bit short. Magic leading by 4. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Van Vliet passes to Wright over Simmons, and another basket for Toronto.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Magic have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Grant kicks to Ross. Off the left rim and out.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down. An uncontested look for mid-range. He typically drains that one.
Right against Simmons. Grant outside. Kicks to Ross. Launches it. And Wright pulls it down.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Ross. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Here's Simmons. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And here are the Raptors now, trailing by 2. Van Vliet kicks to Wright. The pass to Leonard. Six on the shot clock. Back to Wright. Over Simmons, trying to get open as Monroe. And it's Wright missing.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
Leonard with the steal. Wright the pass to Van Vliet. Wright against Simmons. Leonard, no luck.
I mean, you can see it. He's way out of sync. It's been this way all quarter for him.
No good off the back of the rim. Toronto's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Grant. Wright softly drops in the floater. Wright's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Over in the corner, Isaac. Here's Birch. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
How about the concentration on that? Isaac able to absorb the contact and still finish with a difficult shot.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Ross kicks to Isaac. Ross against Leonard, and it's good for 2. And it's 13 points for Terrence Ross.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Pass to Leonard. Over Ross, and again it's Toronto converting.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Right against Grant. Simmons on the wing. No good off the front iron. Will return shortly. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammates.
You come in every day. Guys in the gym every single day. So I used to think that I was always the hardest worker, but, just coming to see guys, the amount of work that they put in, trying to get better each and every day.
And, Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
The momentum in this game is all theirs right now. The defense can't seem to stay in front of them, and they're going to continue to exploit that weakness. Terrence
Ross is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Grant. Then there's Jonathan Simmons. And it's Birch in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Orlando. The Raptors shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
One shot.
That one misses for Monroe. Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys, you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it becomes the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes there can become some animosity between the two.
Oh, that's something. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Grant. Van Vliet looking around. Outside Leonard. 5 to shoot. Right for 3. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Now here's Isaac. Guarded by Wright. Isaac passes to Birch. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Isaac.
That's an example there where Isaac just utilizes those God-given gifts he's got to get that one to go.
To the paint, here's Ross. Buries it down low. Ross has got the game tied up here for the Magic.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Here's Van Vliet. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Leonard. And the Raptors miss again. And so Grant will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. They've led by as much as 10. No good from Simmons. Leonard against Ross. Leonard kicks to Cauley-Stein. Here's Van Vliet. 9 points last game. Got a hand on it. Isaac with the ball. Working on Cauley-Stein. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second foul. You don't want to pick up his third in this half. We'll see if they'll make a substitution or not.
Jarrell Martin's checked in for the Magic. And Toronto also making a switch. Green's checked in. Now here's Isaac. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
Clock at 6. This one for 3. The Magic again can't hit. The Raptors have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Grant dishes to Martin. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Orlando making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Kem Birch. Fournier comes in for Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. And then for Toronto, Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Monroe. Pascal Siakam comes in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. Now here's Isaac. He's got 5. Fournier, that's for 2. And the jumper is on the mark. Fournier's got 7 points. And here are the Raptors now. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Lowry up top, guarded by Augustine. Lets it go with a 3. They get the rebound. Valanciunas. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Gotta love the big man Valanciunas fighting for that extra chance, and he was rewarded for his effort.
Fournier with the ball. Now Wright defending. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by the Raptors. Green taking his time here. Wright finds Valanciunas. High arcing shot, and it's Wright missing. The Magic have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Augustine, that's good. Here's Lowry. He has 5. And Valanciunas now atop the key. Back to Lowry. To the inside. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
I don't know how they lost track of a guy like Valanciunas on that play. Easy alley-oop for him.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Augustine passes to Mozgov, and the shot goes in. Mozgov's got his second bucket tonight.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
A shot by Lowry, no good. For Orlando, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Martin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Smitty, no doubt you had an outstanding jump shot. Talk about the difference in approach when you're a catch-and-shoot guy versus a pull-up off the dribble shooter.
Yeah, catch and shoot is obviously totally different mechanics, Kevin. You're waiting for somebody to pass it. You're obviously getting your mindset to be able to get yourself in position, get your feet right, and obviously shooting the basketball. Pulling up off the dribble, sometimes it tends to what the defense gives you. And that is an art to see guys like Steph and those guys, Kevin Durant and LeBron, who's added that, to being able to be comfortable shooting the basketball off the dribble. That is the hardest part about shooting it, pulling up off the dribble versus catch and shoot.
So as a great shooter, you think that is just, that's the very top, but your admiration is very high for guys that can do that well.
Yeah, because you don't have time to get your feet set and get your mechanics right when the ball is in the air versus having it in your hand.
So he gets them both. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Augustine against Lowry. They kick it out to Green. Right against Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Back to Green. Floats one up, and it's sent back by Isaac.
Oh, how about the read from the young fella? Isaac is dependable at anticipating when to go for the block.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time, and it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you.
Yeah, you got to push Isaac out of the paint. Once he's got that position, he is going to be all over the rim.
Now here's Wright. He's got 6. Outside Lowry. Green breaking loose. But they get it back. Siakam kicks to Green. Back to Siakam. Wright looking around. Off target from three-point range.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Wright. And now here comes Wright leading the break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Wright. He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Augustine against Lowry. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The free throw drops for Augustine.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Augustine against Lowry. To the middle, 6 to shoot. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Magic. They've led by as much as 10. Well, not too long ago, Kyle Lowry was a free agent in high demand, Steve. Toronto signed him to that big contract, and it's worked out for both of them.
You know, the Raptors believed in Lowry and were willing to pay up to keep him. They see him as a vital part of this team now. Lowry took some time to mature as a player, but now it's paying off.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And it's Wright missing.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others? His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Green kicks to Siakam. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Raptors.
What's up?
That one drops. He ties it up. Magic have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Fournier against Green. Fournier goes in, and he uses the glass on the layup. Fournier's got 9 points.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Now, here's Green. Not a lot of room. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Augustine kicks to Mozgov. Passes it to Isaac. Knocks it loose. Outside Fournier. 6 to shoot. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the half. Lowry passes to Siakam. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And he gets the bucket.
Timeout.
7 points for Kyle Lowry.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Well, Smitty, we saw with Jonas Valanciunas, the Lithuanian big man, shooting more threes last season.
Valanciunas saw all the other centers in this league add a three-pointer and wanted in on the action as well. Only took about 1 a game, but he shot over 40%.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Ken Burge is checked in for Jarrell Martin. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Grant in for Augustine. Now, here's Grant. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 3. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Raptors shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Van Vliet, who's guarded by Fournier. Leonard looking over the floor. Outside for Lowry. A miss that time would have put him up.
Rough start to this game. Hits one bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
You have to give it up for Kawhi right now. He is wearing out the defense.
Here's Fournier. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. He kicks it to Mozgov. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Outside Fournier. Poked loose, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
The Magic have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And the first one drops. Good on both. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for Toronto. Trailing by 2, they'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. He got it up. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
It's all tied in Orlando. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, they're doing a great job of pushing the action and getting to the foul line. They aren't just pulling up for uncontested shots. They're making the defense react to them. In transition, on the dribble, and with those quick cuts, they're in attack mode. That's dangerous. To beat them, you need to force them to play more defensively.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
They played some solid team basketball, Ernie. pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And every team needs this, a guy who challenges the defense with that slashing ability.
You know what? So many teams focus on the perimeter and alley-oops. It's important to have someone who can work that in-between area.
Toronto shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Toronto right now, Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. And here's Fournier following Kyle Lowry's 3. Fournier into the lane. Green with the rebound. Raptors leading by 3. Pass to Valanciunas. Lowry finds Valanciunas. Clock at 6. Shoots over Mozgov. No good from Valanciunas. Well, Orlando shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Augustine looking around. Now the pass to Ross. Over Lowry. That one wide left.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
And the wide open shot from Green. That 3 off the mark. The Magic trail by 3. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Green's gone 1 of 3 on the night. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ross, that's good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Lowry against Fournier. Now here's Valanciunas. He's tightly guarded. Good work there as it goes.
Valanciunas has a look from the mid-range. He is very comfortable taking it.
Augustine against Lowry. And Augustine kicks to Mozgov. Now here's Ross. He's tightly guarded. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Martin dishes to Fournier. Back to Martin. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Lowry passes to Siakam. And there's the foul. It's on Jarrell Martin. That's his third foul of the game. Leonard kicks to Siakam. 6 to shoot. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Martin inside. Now recovering. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Martin.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys?
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. And the Kawhi Leonard drama finally came to an end last offseason with a trade that sent him from the San Antonio Spurs north to Toronto.
And you have to wonder, is this a high-priced one-year rental for Kawhi? Before the trade, Kawhi made it known that he wants to play in L.A. Toronto has a lot to offer, but hard to compete with the idea of what he and LeBron might be able to accomplish playing together.
Now, here's Fournier following the miss by Kyle Lowry.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Kicks it to Leonard. Back to Lowry. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Now here is Augustine. He has 5. Now here's Ross. And the jam by Ross.
Well, you know that Ross can throw it down. Nice one right there.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. They lead by 4. Siakam passes to Valanciunas. And there's the foul. It's on Jarrell Martin. That will be foul number 5 on him. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Mozgov. The Raptors also with a sub. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Magic on defense. Here's Green. And the Raptors miss again. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Green against Fournier. Down low. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And out of bounds is the Magic will gain possession for the Magic. Ken Birch is checked in for Martin. Simmons comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet comes in for Danny Green. The Magic trail by 4. Pass to Grant. Here's Birch. Pass to Ross. Puts up a 3. He doesn't hit that one. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Inside. Kicks it out to Leonard. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Siakam. 2 points. That one goes. Siakam's got the lead up to 6 now for the Raptors.
Strong move at the rim. Overpowers the smaller defender.
Pass to Ross. And Ross with the slam.
He has size, but the first step of Terrence Ross is what makes him so good on the drive.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here's VanVleet. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To the inside. Here's Cauley-Stein. Nice touch on the bank shot. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
Grant against Wright. Grant kicks to Birch. Ross on the wing. Fires the 3. Kept alive. Here's Simmons. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Simmons got his second basket of the night. Raptors leading by 4. Bounce pass from Wright. Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Simmons. Wright outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Wright's got 11 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Grant finds Ross. Got a piece of it. To the middle. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Van Vliet. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out. The other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
Now, here's Grant. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
The Raptors making a switch here. Monroe's checked in. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Taking a look at Toronto. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Magic, 6.5 games behind them.
And right now for the Magic, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
And the good thing is that once again, there's some excitement around this team. Their fans are starting to get back on board after watching such a tough season last year.
And it's the Magic with the ball after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Isaac. No good again that time. And Greg with Kawhi started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
Here's Simmons, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. In 4th, the Raptors.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Jonathan Simmons, the explosive wing player, went undrafted but has earned a spot in the NBA after a strong couple of years in the G League. Now he's established himself as a potent offensive player.
Second free throw, no good. And for Simmons, when he was in the G League, he developed, Greg, his playmaking.
Yeah, spent some time at point guard at that level, and I think it helps him in terms of finding ways to create shots for himself. He's definitely, though, at his best when the ball is in his hands. Not so much a spot-up player, but he can create offense for a team in a hurry.
And so Grant will bring it up for Orlando, a 12-point game. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here.
And a moment now to see the numbers for Jonathan Isaac. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 2.5 steals, and 5 rebounds. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
I mean, high-level feel for the game allows him to gamble with a purpose. Does he get burned once in a while? Sure, but not as often as he guesses right.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Ross against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wright. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Toronto leading by 12. Wright outside. There's the pass to Van Vliet. That's tipped. 1:32 left in the third quarter. Grant surveying the D. Pass to Ross. Now here's Isaac. He's covered by Leonard. 4 on the clock. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. The putback, it's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Magic making a change here. Mozgov's checked in.
Timothy Mozgov.
55 seconds left in the third. No good from Ross. Toronto leading by 14. Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. Not enough on that one as it misses. Magic shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. Grant outside. Mozgov wide open. He fires. Drills the three-pointer. Mozgov's got 7.
This is where we're going in the NBA right now. Stretch bigs.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. A wide open look here for Wright. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And here is Grant. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Passes to Simmons. Over Wright. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Yeah, I agree. Shot clock doing his thing. He times it out perfectly.
And so it's Toronto. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Magic trail by 12. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Martin is out there with Mozgov. And it's Simmons in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Augustine, that's good.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
He kicks it to Mozgov. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
And the towering presence of Mozgov, most effective doing damage inside.
Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Augustine. Outside Lowry. Green against Augustine. 6 to shoot. Back to Lowry. Takes the 3. Monroe. The second chance points on the tip in. And the Raptors lead by 13.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Down low, here's Lowry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Pulls up on the wing, and again it's Toronto converting.
I love how he's been more patient in this second half, shooting only the shots he feels he can make.
Augustine against Lowry. Here's Fournier, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And when you look at Evan Fournier, he's just a reliable source for points whenever he's on the floor.
Yeah, and Fournier is a bit of a quiet scorer. I mean, always ends up with a lot of points, but doesn't tend to wow you with any individual plays. Terrific shooter who just makes the most of his touches and his minutes whenever he's on the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Fournier. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. And so he hits both. Here is Lowry. Kicks it to Green. Dishes it to Monroe. Three-pointer, Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry.
Aggressive closeout on a great jump shooter. That's how you defend against the 3.
Here's Augustine, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Sunday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Spurs, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Augustine. And here are the Raptors now. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. And that one is off. The Magic trail by 13. Now Augustine. Outside Fournier. Trying to get open is Mozgov. And Fournier is good for 3. Fournier's got 5 points now this quarter.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Now here's Valanciunas. Lowry can't get it to go. Augustine from outside. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Back to Van Vliet. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Mozgov.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
One shot behind the
And Fred VanVleet, the Wichita State product, took some time getting into the NBA, but my goodness, is he a factor now for this team?
You know, I love the way VanVleet can create space with his movement and getting into a defender. Great at reading a defense and finding the right play. He thinks several steps ahead of the play when he's on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Steve, looks like we may not have any more sleeved jerseys anymore. As you look back, is this the end of an era or the end of an error, a mistake?
Either way, I am happy, Kevin. I just didn't like the look.
I am too.
And I couldn't imagine being a player, being able to try to shoot the basketball with sleeves.
It made no sense.
Not at all. So I'm looking forward not to see guys wearing, I would call it T-shirts.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. First one falls for him. And so Fournier nails both of them. Green with the ball. Pass to Valanciunas. Right wing. Three-pointer, Lowry. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Here's Fournier. Lets it go from 14. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Mozgov's got it back down to single digits for the Magic.
Yeah, good job there of anticipating the miss, and then Mozgov using his length to convert on the putback.
Lowry from outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. The Magic have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Lowry against Augustine. Fournier passes to Martin. The Magic get another chance here.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
And here's Augustine. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Now here's Fournier. The pass to Mozgov. He kicks it to Simmons.
This could be a problem. That's his 4th foul with plenty of basketball left to play.
Shooting 2. Jonathan Simmons.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Toronto has possession. 17 points was their biggest margin. Leonard finds Valanciunas. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 3 assists now in this one. The Magic trail by 15. Here's Fournier. Pass to Augustine. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Raptors. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
You can see Lowry is in one of those moods where he is just looking to attack the defense every chance he gets.
Now here is Augustine. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Simmons. The free throw drops for Augustine. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. They lead by 14. Green against Fournier. Isaac with the steal. Knocked away. Fournier against Green. Fournier passes to Martin and finished off by Martin.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Raptors leading by 12. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Back to Lowry. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Martin's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Isaac passes to Fournier. Over to the left wing. Orlando moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, it's Martin. Trying his luck deep. Valanciunas grabs the board. Toronto's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Lowry finds Valanciunas. Passes it to Lowry. The shot will not fall. And Orlando the other way now. Pass to Augustine over Lowry. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 4 rebounds in this game. Fournier against Green. Now the pass to Lowry. Left side, Leonard. Shoots over Isaac. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 26 points.
The defense is right there. So what, Kawhi said with the high release. He drops it over the top.
Now here is Augustine. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
At the line, shooting 2. DJ Augustine.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. And here's Lowry. Outside, Green. Back to Lowry. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. No good that time. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Isaac kicks to Fournier. Free throw line jump shot. Hits the front of the rim and out. Raptors leading by 13. Puts it up. Again, Toronto.
Stop it on a dime. Kawhi showing good body control on that pull-up.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Magic have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
At the line, shooting 2. Timofey Mozgov.
Two shots.
He misses the free throw.
And how about the big Russian, Timofey Mozgov, a good, solid contributor when healthy.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Outside Lowry. Feeds it to Leonard. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
And he makes both free throws. And the Raptors with the ball. Green left side. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Mozgov.
Being that Valanciunas is 7 feet tall, he is a real problem for the defenses.
First one falls for him.
The 5th overall pick in the draft back in 2011, Valanciunas has added wrinkles to his game every year since.
Valanciunas hits them both. And it's the Magic with the ball, trailing by 19. And Augustine kicks to Mozgov. Pass to Isaac. They get a hand on it. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer, Martin. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Now Lowry passes it to Valanciunas. Back to Lowry. Pass to Siakam. Leonard on the wing. Shoots over Isaac. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Magic trail by 19. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
You know, I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling it has been a problem for some players in the past.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, it was amazing the level of chaos he caused. Challenging ball handlers, getting into passing lanes, racking up a number of steals that helped demoralize his opponent.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Fournier with the ball. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.